Ashley is with us in Buffalo, New York. Hey, Ashley, welcome to the EntreLeadership Podcast.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I'm a self-employed house call dentist. I have 0 employees, just 1 administrative contractor. I feel guilty charging my patients and making a profit in my business because I offer healthcare services. So how can I keep growing my business without debt while still being in a reasonable price range for my patients?
Are you charging 20 times more than other dentists?
I typically do charge a lot more because I'm at a patient's home. So in a typical dental office...
Oh, you're doing a concierge practice. Okay.
Right.
You're doing house calls.
Part is I am, and generally I'm doing house calls for patients who cannot get to the dentist. Their only other option would be a medical transport. In a lot of cases, they can't even get a medical transport. So I feel bad because I do charge a premium, but my patients are usually very sick or have a reason that they're homebound, and it just feels icky to me sometimes. But the alternative is they don't have the service. I'm the only one in my region that offers this.
Right.
And I do have student loan debt like most dentists, so I'm trying to make a living doing that.
Yeah. What is the wealth demographic of the people you're calling on? I get that they're homebound and they're ill, but are they wealthy, poor, or what's the mix?
So I am busy right now. My schedule is pretty full, and I am seeing a lot of patients who are affluent, and this is nothing to them. They're very happy to have me come over, and they're grateful for the service. They see the value. But then I also have a lot of patients that I know are stretching to reach to pay me, which is fine. Like, they're happy to do it, but it's definitely a stretch for them. The demographic in my region, I would say, is definitely middle class, or Buffalo, New York it's not a super affluent city.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not talking about your city. I'm talking about your patient mix. Okay.
Yeah,
so you're saying the vast majority of your patients are upper middle class to wealthy. There are a few that are having trouble that is right on the line. And then there's a few of them, a handful here or there, that are just sad cases, and you just want to help them.
And then, right. And there are many more I wish that I could see. You know, they call and they hear our fee schedule, and then they immediately they hang up because they know that they won't be able to. So I struggle because I would love to reach everyone. There are so many people who need the service, and like I said, there's not many dentists that are offering this at all. So I would love to be able to reach everybody and grow my practice, but I just want to be able to make a living doing so too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, to start with, nothing you're doing is greedy. And so if you set that aside, then your guilt needs to go aside. All we're trying to do here is how to make a living, a reasonable return on my time, giving the investment that I've made into this career, hundreds of thousands of dollars you've spent and are in debt to get here. You simply are not independently wealthy that you can give away your services. You don't have a choice. Economically, you don't have the choice to work for free, regardless how guilty you are, or if it was immoral. It's not immoral, by the way, not even close. So, if you just said, I don't work with anybody but wealthy people, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your target market. That's who my persona is of my average customer. They can pay it and don't think a thing about it. Matter of fact, they could pay a little more, and that's what I do. And then if you wanted to, just say, I'm going to shave off a percentage of my calls. I'm going to say 5% of my calls or 2% of my calls or whatever. I'm going to make those just pro bono because it's a situation that I just want to go help somebody, and that's my ministry. I'll give you an example, okay? You'll hear me on the Ramsey show occasionally talk to someone, a lady who's lost her husband. And she doesn't have any money. She's in dire straits. She did not get left $1 million worth of life insurance. She's got nothing. And I will provide all of our services for free. Okay?
I see.
You probably heard me do that. I do it a lot.
I have.
And enough that it's recognizable. I do that for 2 reasons. One is, as a Christian, I'm supposed to take care of widows and orphans. It says that in the good book. And the widows are a special place in God's eyes. And so I'm gonna be the guy that steps up and does that for that reason. But also a percentage of we make a good profit around here, and we can afford to donate some of our services to the community because we charge without any guilt to the rest of the community. And we've got ways we can help them. So I think that's the thing. I think you could just say, you're okay. Let me take one other track on this. I'm going with you because I'm trying to. I have processed this guilt, but it's so long ago that I've forgotten it. Because here's the crap I get. Okay, Dave Ramsey got rich off the backs of poor people. You ever heard that one? That's out there all over the place. Okay, so here's the thing: it's always humorous to me that I wrote a book on how to get out of debt and how to handle money that caused people to transform their lives, and I sold the book for $10. And when I sold 10 of them, nobody cared. When I sold 10 million of them and helped 10 million people, then the liberal lefties get pissed off. That's just dumb. Okay? That's not me. I didn't do anything wrong. I helped 10 million people instead of helping 10 with that book. And so I sold 10 million books on that particular book. But I didn't get rich off the back of poor people. That's just absurd. And I didn't force anybody to buy the book. And so you're doing absolutely nothing wrong if you charge more than you're charging now and serve nothing but wealthy clients. So everyone else that called up couldn't afford you.
Wow. Okay.
Do you think the Ritz is doing something wrong? You can't afford to stay at the Ritz-Carlton if you're broke. You have to stay at the Hampton freaking Inn.
I know. I think my thing is because it's a healthcare service. So if I were selling luxury clothing,
hey, that's housing.
Yeah, and water and I guess.
Yeah, you're going to be on the street if you don't have a hotel room. But I mean, listen, nobody's mad at the Ritz except communists that want to stay there for free, right? I mean, that's just ridiculous. So everybody says I don't have the money to get that level of service. Healthcare is no different. You have to be able to eat. Now, again, you're a good person and you've got a big heart, and I'll join you in that. I think I'm a good person. I got a big old heart. I mean, I cry at Applebee's commercials, so I know I got a big heart. So, I mean, I think you can give a portion of your stuff away, and you'll take great joy in doing that by selecting the particular things you do. I'll give you yet another example. I've got a Ramsey Family Foundation that we put millions of dollars in from our family every year. Then we give that money away to ministries primarily and other things that help people, okay, nonprofits, and occasionally to individuals in situations. My daughter Denise runs that. But it's not $180 million. So we don't have the money to do every request. As a matter of fact, we don't even fund 10% of the requests we get. We don't have the money. And so every one of the requests are good. I mean, almost 98% of them are valid things that are helping some little child somewhere, someone divorce recovery somewhere, someone getting out of prison somewhere. They're helping hurting people, but we don't have the bandwidth because we're not God to do everything that is requested. So we have to tell people no more often than we tell them yes.
Wow, I see.
And so does that invalidate the concept? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you are a wonderful person. You got into this for all the right reasons. If I knew someone in your area that needed dental care, I would send you over there because I guarantee you that when you are doing your service, you're also gentle. Because that's who you are. You're amazing. You are the kind of people that make America great. And don't you feel a dime of guilt about charging for your service. You're not greedy. It is not a right. It's just sad. It's sad that the Ramsey Family Foundation can't help all those people. We don't have the capacity, though. But it hurt. I mean, it's sad. It makes you sad. It does. But so occasionally find some kind of develop a process or a procedure by which you select intelligently the people that need you the most that you want to give your services to, and go ahead and put a percentage on it. And say, this percentage of my calls are going to be pro bono, free. And the rest of them I'm going to charge without guilt so that I can do the pro bono ones and so that I can feed my family and pay my stinking student loans back because I'm stinking in debt. to get this, to be able to do this. So you're a good person. You are a sweet person, and people that are greedy do not have the heart struggle that you're having.